how to learn a language through reading. Learning a new language can be both exciting and challenging. One of the most effective ways to enhance your language skills is through reading. Reading not only improves your vocabulary and grammar, but also gives you insight into the culture and thinking patterns of native speakers. In this video, we will explore how you can use reading as a powerful tool to learn a new language, especially focusing on the transition from digital formats to traditional paper books. Starting with digital tools. When you begin learning a new language, you might find it difficult to understand everything you read. This is where digital tools can be incredibly helpful. Devices like smartphones, tablets, and e-readers can enhance your reading experience. These tools often have features like instant word lookups and audio playback. For example, if you come across a word you do not know, you can easily tap on it to see its meaning in your native language. Some apps also allow you to listen to the pronunciation of words, which is particularly useful for languages that have sounds unfamiliar to you. Digital reading also offers the flexibility to isolate sentences and focus on them one at a time. This method can be very effective when you are trying to understand complex sentences or unfamiliar grammatical structures. Moreover, many language learning apps integrate these features into their platforms, providing a holistic learning environment that combines reading with listening and vocabulary exercises. Benefits of reading on paper. While digital tools are convenient for beginners, reading physical books is an important goal for anyone serious about language learning. Reading on paper has several benefits that digital screens do not offer. First, it involves a tactile experience that can enhance your learning. The act of turning pages, feeling the paper, and even the smell of a book can make the reading experience more enjoyable and memorable. Studies have shown that people tend to understand and retain information better when they read from paper books compared to digital screens. This might be due to fewer distractions and the linear format of books, which helps maintain focus. Moreover, reading physical books allows you to engage with the text more deeply. You can write notes in the margins, underline important sentences, and flip back to previous pages more easily than on a digital device. Transitioning from digital to paper. The journey from reading digitally to enjoying a full paper book in a new language is significant. Initially, you might use digital aids extensively. However, as you become more comfortable with the language, gradually reduce your dependence on these tools. Start by reading simple and short paper books or articles. Children's books are a great option because they often contain basic vocabulary and simple sentence structures. As you gain confidence, progress to more complex texts. Another effective strategy is to read the same text on both digital and paper formats. Start by reading a chapter digitally, using all the available tools to understand the content thoroughly. Then read the same chapter in a paper book. This method will help you transition smoothly and reinforce your learning by revisiting the material without digital help. Integrating audio with reading. Listening is closely related to reading in language learning. When you hear the words as you read them, it strengthens your ability to recognize and remember them. Therefore, combining reading with listening can be highly effective. Listen to audiobooks or read along with recorded readings of texts. This approach not only improves your reading skills, but also enhances your listening abilities and pronunciation. Modern technology, such as podcasts and audio recordings, can also be integrated into your reading practice. Many language learning platforms now offer podcasts with transcripts. You can listen to a podcast episode and then read the transcript to see how much you understood. This practice is especially beneficial for advanced learners who want to improve their listening skills and expand their vocabulary and context. Reading as a cultural journey. Reading books written by native speakers can give you unique insights into the cultural contexts of the language. Each language has idioms, jokes, and expressions that are deeply rooted in its culture. By reading a variety of texts, including novels, newspapers, and magazines, you get a broader understanding of how language is used in different settings. Additionally, reading about different topics from history to science to fiction can broaden your knowledge and make learning more interesting. Choose topics that you're passionate about, as this will keep you motivated to continue reading even when it becomes challenging. Diverse reading materials. Expanding the range of materials you read can significantly accelerate your language learning. Newspapers, online articles, blogs, and magazines offer more than just varied vocabulary. They introduce you to different styles of writing and allow you to see the language in its many forms. For instance, newspapers can teach you more formal language and current vocabulary, while blogs and magazines may present more colloquial or specialized language, depending on the subject matter. In addition to diverse formats, consider the genres you explore. Poetry, for example, can teach you about rhythm, rhyme, and the emotional depth of words, while science fiction can expand your imagination and introduce you to technical terms. Historical novels will immerse you in the cultural and historical context of the language, making your learning experience not only about the language itself, but also about the people who speak it. Reading strategies. Effective reading strategies are vital for making the most of your reading experience. Skimming and scanning are two strategies that can help you when you first encounter a text. Skimming allows you to get the gist of the content without worrying about understanding every word. Scanning is useful for locating specific information within a text. Both techniques can make reading less daunting and help you focus on what's important as you build your language skills. Another useful strategy is to summarize what you've read. This can be done either in the target language or your native language, depending on your comfort level. Summarizing helps to reinforce what you have learned, ensuring that new vocabulary and structures are integrated into your own language use. Additionally, discussing what you've read with others can deepen your understanding and encourage active use of the new language in a communicative context. Vocabulary acquisition. A robust vocabulary is essential for fluency in any language. Reading exposes you to new words in context, which is far more effective than memorizing vocabulary lists. To maximize learning, keep a vocabulary notebook or a digital document where you can jot down new words and their meanings as you come across them in your reading. Revisit this notebook regularly to reinforce your memory. Creating flashcards with new words and their meanings can also be beneficial. Some digital tools allow you to add images and example sentences, which can help cement the word's meaning in your mind. Engaging with vocabulary through multiple channels, seeing the word, writing it down, using it in a sentence, enhances retention. Grammar and structure. Grammar might not be the most exciting aspect of language learning, but it is crucial for understanding and being understood. Reading allows you to see grammatical structures in context, helping you to understand how they function in real-life situations. Pay attention to sentence structure, verb conjugations, and the use of prepositions and articles. When you encounter a grammatical structure that confuses you, take the time to look it up. Understanding why something is written in a certain way can be just as important as knowing how it's used. Over time, these grammatical patterns will become more familiar, and you'll begin to use them correctly in your own speaking and writing. Cultural nuance and idiomatic expressions. Language is deeply tied to culture, and reading provides a window into the cultural nuances that define a language. Idioms, jokes, proverbs, and expressions reflect the history and values of a society. By understanding these, you not only enhance your linguistic ability, but also gain insight into the mindset and lifestyle of native speakers. When you encounter idiomatic expressions, try to understand them within the context of the culture rather than translating them literally. This approach will help you appreciate the language as a living, evolving form of communication that carries the identity and heritage of its speakers. Overcoming challenges. It's normal to feel frustrated when you don't understand everything you read. Instead of getting discouraged, use these challenges as learning opportunities. If you're struggling with a particular book or article, take a step back and choose something slightly easier. Then gradually work your way up to more difficult texts. Remember, language learning is a journey. There will be ups and downs, but each piece of text you read builds your skills and confidence. Encourage yourself by celebrating small victories, like understanding a complex sentence or learning a new word. Conclusion. Learning a language through reading is a rewarding experience that goes beyond mere vocabulary building. It involves understanding the culture, mastering the grammar, and enjoying the beauty of a new language. Start with digital tools to ease the initial challenges and gradually move to paper books to deepen your understanding and retention of the language. Remember, the key to success in language learning is consistency and enjoyment in the process. Happy reading!